Speak now to Matt Vickers, who's Conservative Party Deputy Chairman, who joins us now. A very good morning to you. Thanks so much for talking to us. The Prime Minister then has, as we were just hearing there, has said that he was lied to by Peter Mandelson when asking direct questions about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, and he's now apologised for believing those lies. The Prime Minister would say he's acted decisively as soon as more information has emerged. So what more do you, as Conservatives, want?
Well, we've seen him fess up on Wednesday. On Wednesday, at that dispatch box, Kemi forced it out of him. He acknowledged that he knew about these close links to Epstein. The reality is it was all put to him through the vetting process. He knew anyway. He knew what we all know, that Peter Mandelson is a wrong and of the highest order. And it's not like he hung out with people who made mistakes. He was closely associated with a vile, evil, depraved child sex offender. The Prime Minister knew this and allowed this man to be appointed to one of the most prestigious diplomatic roles that this country has to offer. If you've got links to the upper echelons of the Labour Party, it looks like the Prime Minister is willing to overlook and bypass any sort of vetting or question marks. It is abhorrent. It's so clear that he has failed and his judgment has completely failed in these circumstances. And then on Wednesday, we saw the absolute saga of the government trying to prevent the publication of details and of all of the documents around this vetting process. It's time for Labour backbenchers to grow a backbone and get rid of this Prime Minister.
Well, yeah, it's interesting that you say that about Labour backbenchers, because your leader, Kemi Badenoch, has called on them to get in touch over a confidence vote in the wake of these revelations about Peter Mandelson. I wondered how many have come forward to the Conservative Party.
Well, I'll come back to you on that. But the reality is the country has lost confidence. We're now seeing backbencher after backbencher coming out. We've seen Harriet Harman now coming out. This government has completely lost its way. It might be in office. It is not in power. It is no longer running this country. It's just internal squabble after internal squabble. They've trashed our economy. They've broken promise after promise, whether you're a waspy woman, whether you're a pensioner, whether you're a farmer, whether you're a small business person, in fact, whether you're a person who pays council tax, it was told not a penny more. Every promise has been broken. They've trashed our economy. There's now been scandal after scandal, U-turn after U-turn. Homeless minister left because they made people homeless. Anti-corruption minister left under a cloud around corruption. And now he's appointed to the most prestigious diplomatic post we hold.
But about the question about the Labour MPs, are there many coming forward to Kemi Badenoch? I mean, does she feel that she has the numbers to push ahead with a confidence vote?
Well, we'll see what comes forward in the coming days. We hope that they grow the backbone, that they take responsibility for this government and this Prime Minister they have inflicted on this country. The country cannot go on with this man at the helm.
You're raising concerns about a former Labour Director of Communications, Matthew Doyle, who was given a peerage in December, despite allegations that he campaigned for a councillor at the time, at a time when he'd been charged with possessing and distributing indecent images of children, but not convicted. Matthew Doyle says that this councillor was maintaining his innocence at the time and he regrets campaigning with him. So what are your concerns here?
Well, this appears to be a pattern of behaviour from Keir Starmer and Number 10, this rotten Labour government. The reality is, this is Keir Starmer's former Director of Comms. He chose to appoint this man to the House of Lords, despite knowing, it's now we're asking for all the details, all the vetting documents. This man was out campaigning his chums with a man who had been charged with child sexual offences. It appears to be, it's a pattern of behaviour. It's repeating itself. We're calling on Keir Starmer to come clean. Kemi has written to him, asking him to publish the documents and the details of that vetting process so that the public can make their judgments on whether Keir Starmer is fit to hold Number 10 and whether the people that he is appointing to some of these privileged and honoured positions, he's bypassing yet again all the concerns being put forward to him.
I do want to ask you about something the government is trumpeting today. They say that the Home Secretary is announcing that nearly 60,000 unauthorised migrants and convicted criminals have been removed or deported from the UK since Labour took office. They say that figure's the highest in a decade. Welcome news?
Well, they're spinning away and you seem to be drinking the Kool-Aid. The reality is that those numbers, the vast majority of them, are made up of voluntary returns, people who have chosen to go back. But beyond that, since this government came to office, the number of people arriving illegally on small boats is up nearly 50%, more of them in hotels. And when it comes to returns of those people who've arrived here illegally, less than 5% of them are being returned. And actually that number's down from the heights they've reached under the last government. More arriving, more in hotels, less of them being removed. The only way to deal with this problem is, as Kemi set out, we leave the ECHR. Anybody who breaks into this country should be removed, sent back to where they came, or a third safe country. No ifs, no buts.
I can assure you I'm not drinking Kool-Aid, I'm just asking questions, just to be clear. And I do want to ask one more as well. No Kool-Aid involved in this either. Donald Trump has now said that the deal over the Chagos Islands was the best Keir Starmer could make. It's a grudging acceptance, but it is an acceptance, isn't it? And it's a far cry from his previous verdict, where he called it an act of great stupidity. It does look like the Prime Minister's won over the President on this, doesn't it?
Well, it depends if you're listening to the number 10 line or if you're listening to what he wrote himself on Truth, the social media platform, where he said many people have said that it's the best deal. I don't know that Trump's directly said it was the best deal, but the reality is it's the wrong deal for this country. It threatens our national security. This is sovereign territory. We are giving away and paying for the privilege, and we're paying a hell of a lot of money, £35 billion to give away turf that we have control of. It's bad for our national security. It's bad for our nation's finances. It's a lose-lose for this country.
OK, well, Matt Vickers, we appreciate your time. Thanks very much indeed for joining us this morning. Thank you.